Disclaimer: the video you are watching is not the full course video. This is only a demonstration from our AWS training program. The purpose of this demo is to help you understand how our trainer teaches and to check whether the explanation style is clear and easy for you to follow. If you find the teaching helpful, you can continue learning with our complete course.
Hello and welcome back. In this video, we are going to discuss about AWS global infrastructure. As you know that what is cloud, you have idea about cloud services, and now you know that number one cloud service provider is actually AWS. Now, we are starting our first point about AWS global infrastructure. Now, what I am doing, I am going to Google right now. And if I'm writing over here, AWS global infrastructure, I will get one website. Now, if I'm going to click over here, I will get some details. See here, I'm getting detail about 32 launched region, 102 availability zone, 450 plus point of presence. Right. Now, what is this? And what are the use cases of all this? So we are going to discuss about this, and we are going to start our topic with regions. So let's go back to our whiteboard and let's understand AWS global infrastructure. And our first point will be regions. So what is region? First of all, before I am going to explain you region, you need to understand one word. We call it latency. What is the meaning of latency? Right? Suppose we have 2 points over here, okay, point A and point B. And this point is connected with each other. Now, when data is traveling, right, data is actually going from point A to B. Suppose if you are sending data from point A to B, right, it will take some time. Now, the time, we call it latency. So if you have more distance, you have more latency, right? And this is very obvious networking terminology. Now, let's understand what is the connection between latency and region. First of all, don't think like AWS having their very big data center in the USA. No, they have data centers all over the world. And why they have this? Because if you understand this particular map over here, right? So we are here in India. So this is India. And here we have United States. Now, the distance between India to United States is actually 13,000 kilometers. Now, if you are thinking that AWS having all their data center in USA, what will happen? Suppose I am doing business in India. And I know that all my users are going to access my application from India. Now, my application, if my application is hosted over here in the United States, so suppose say that like my application is here and my users are actually accessing this application from India, right? So whenever you will access this application, right, the data need to travel for 13,000 kilometers. And obviously, if the distance is 13,000 kilometers, there will be latency. And you are not able to get data on time. So, how we can decrease this latency? The only idea is, instead of hosting this application in the United States, what we will do over here, we will host this application in India itself. Now, Indian users are able to get access because server is in India and users are also in India, so there will be low latency. So to provide low latency, high speed access to users, Amazon divided whole world into the region. So the first use case of the region is if you are doing your business in India, right? You can host your application in the India region. If you are doing your business in United States, you can host your application in the United States region. They have almost 35 regions right now. And the main one of the use case to have region is low latency access. Users can understand that, okay, I'm going to deploy my resources to the nearby location of my user. Now, second use case is also very important. What is the second use case? Let me tell you, Indian government recently having a Digital Data Act. And according to this Digital Data Act, they are telling them data must be localized. What is the meaning of data must be localized? Suppose if you are doing business in India, okay, and if you are collecting personal data of Indian user, you have to store this into the India. Now suppose if you want to transfer this data out of India, right, you need to get permission from government. Now, if you want to comply with this government rule, we have to make sure that, okay, we are following your rule and our data is not actually leaving India. Now, how you can give this promise to the Indian government? You can store or you can create server in India region. Now, when you are creating your application or you are storing your user data into the India region, Amazon will never ever copy or forward your data into the another region. So, the use case is you have to comply with the government rule, right? So, Amazon is actually telling you that we have divided all our world into the region and we will never forward your data or never copy your data from one region to another region, right? So, it is like you as a customer of Amazon making sure that, okay, I am storing my data into that particular country only. Okay, so this is like two reasons why we have region in the AWS. Now, inside this, we have availability zone. Okay, we have availability zone. Availability zone means we can say that it is actual.
Thanks for watching. To continue learning AWS with structured lessons, real labs, practice tests, and live sessions with Bhavesh Atara, join our full course at www.cloudfolkshub.com. For any help, call 982-575-7737. All course details are provided in the description.